Hey guys, this is Brendan Mejia from Power Rangers Dino Charge.
This is Jack Guzman. I play Danny Delgado as the Black Ranger on Wild Fort.
Hey, it's Mike Chen. This is the Gold Power Ranger from Power Rangers RPM.
And this is Steve Cardenas, a.k.a. Rocky the Red Power Ranger from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
My name is Peter Sudarso. I play Preston, the Blue Ninja Steel Ranger, and Marvin, the Red Hyperforce Ranger.
Hey guys, this is Tracy Lynn Cruz.
Do you like dancing and do you like Power Rangers? Well, make sure to come to Morphicon 2018 to the Angel Grove High School Prom. I'll see you there.
I'm looking forward to seeing you guys at the Angel Grove High School Prom Party hosted by that hashtag show. Looking forward to seeing you guys there. Come out and have some fun. Peace.
Come join me at the Angel Grove Prom at PMC 2018. I've never been to a prom because in New Zealand we don't have prom. So join me. It's going to be my first. Crown me, prom king. No, okay, don't do that.
And I need you guys to make sure you join me at the Angel Grove Senior Prom at Power Morphicon this year.
And I want to see you at the hashtag show's Angel Grove Prom at Power Morphicon.
I want to welcome you to the Power Morphicon Angel Grove High School Prom. I'm looking forward to seeing you all. It's going to be fabulous. Dress up, and we'll see you then.
This is what you know what this means?
Thumbs up.
It means thumbs up. That means we're live.
Oh.
Welcome to the Retro Ranger Wrap Up. We're here live at the Comic Bug in Manhattan Beach, where we are gonna start doing actual live shows.
Ooh.
Yes.
Dope.
Did you guys notice it was raining this morning?
No, I
You
don't
guys-
wake up that
I
early.
missed it.
Wait, hold on. You go to sleep at like 8 o'clock
I wake up at 5.
in the morning.
Usually, yeah.
So what time did you wake up today?
Like 7.
But it was raining.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
It wasn't raining in Torrance.
Really? It was raining out here.
Oh.
That's crazy. Wait, why do you wake up so early?
I just do. Because I go to bed at 8, probably.
I know. We went out to dinner last night. You didn't come with us.
No, I was out late. You guys ate dinner at like 11?
We did eat dinner at 11.
Yeah, it was like...
Yeah.
Johnny showed up.
Where'd you guys go?
BJ's.
Was it good? Do they have late night happy hour there?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's awesome.
We had like everybody had steak
Yep, except for one person.
except for weirdo Josh, where he got like
Chicken nuggets?
he got something super strange. It was like
Yeah.
he got like Brussels sprouts in coconut milk or something.
It was
But
weird.
it was really weird. But yeah, that's what we did. This is Elle, Johnny, I'm Joe. We're here live, talking to you guys. Where you guys? Happy Mother's Day, by the way.
Happy Mother's Day.
Because I know that. What are you gonna do later for Mother's Day?
It's really sad, but my mom actually cooks her own dinner because the rest of us don't know how to cook that well.
You don't know how to cook?
I can cook, but
I
not
shouldn't have
as
said
well.
it like that. Like I'm expecting you to know how to
Mom
cook.
always puts 20 grams of love in there, and I just don't have that kind of recipe.
Well, bon appetit. How about you? What do you do?
Usually call my mom because she's already back home in Detroit. So
That's a rough
Happy Mother's
place.
Day, Mom. Not as rough as Canada, but
Canada, okay. Canada's beautiful. But yeah, that's what you guys do. All right, great.
what about you? What do you do?
I don't do anything. My mom lives in New Orleans. I think that's fun enough. Nah, I'd probably set call.
Okay.
New Orleans is a fun place though.
It
I've
is.
never been.
You've
never been?
I really want to go
We should
though.
we should do a road trip to New Orleans. Not a road trip. We should fly there. I'm not going to do a road trip to all you guys, but I'll fly there.
I'm down. I want to see all the cemeteries, and I want to.
That got morbid really quick.
No, but they're so cool. Like I don't know, we don't have them here. Never
We
mind.
do in Old Town San Diego. Have you been to Old Town San Diego?
Cemeteries.
Huh?
You've been to Old Town San Diego?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
have you
have
been
it.
to the cemetery?
No, I haven't.
Dude, so it's open 24 hours first of all, but it's the old school like Western ones.
Oh, really?
It's pretty
Like
it's
with
pretty
the
awesome.
gates, and they have like all the little mausoleum.
Yeah,
thingies
it's
and
pretty
stuff?
crazy. And then
Oh.
they tell you like was hanged by whatever. It's pretty intense. Yeah.
I need to go there. That sounds super interesting.
Yeah, Old Town San Diego might be one of my favorite places in all of Southern California, and the best Mexican food, maybe even including Mexico.
East LA's pretty dope.
For Mexican food,
Yes, it's amazing.
really.
Yeah, I was there yesterday. Had a bomb burrito. Then we went and got dinner there later.
Well,
that night.
what's in a
It was
bomb
awesome.
burrito?
It's a bomb.
Is it like
burrito.
hot?
It's
Does
like
it blow up in your mouth?
What kind of meats do
It's
you get
like
in
it's
yours
a
though?
taste explosion. It's like oh my God, this is amazing.
What was that? What was that symbol?
I'm not doing it.
All right. Was that there? So you didn't come here to hear us rant about our lives. Some of you might have, but we're here to talk about retro episodes of Power Rangers, and what we're going to start with is episodes. What we're going to talk about is episode 19, 20, and 21, which is
2 for 1, Opposites Attract, and Zedd's Monster Mash.
The Monster Mash.
Mash. So this is interesting because in the first season we had a Halloween episode.
Yeah.
This also has a second season, has a Halloween episode too.
And it's just as weird. Maybe not as weird as the game show, but it is pretty weird.
And also, before we get into all that though, we have a little business to take care of. We have the Tea Public Store. Johnny, what's the Tea Public Store? Let's see how well you know this.
Well, the Tea Public Store is like pretty amazing. It's where you can go to get like all the awesome shirts that the hashtag crew like puts together and puts out, everything like that. And we have some cool ones from like Run Barry Run and the Run DMC logo. And the cool thing about it is those t-shirts, guess what? They can be on anything. They become prints. They become coffee mugs. They become baby onesies. So it's a great place to go, like to support your fandom. And we have everything from Marvel to Star Wars to video games to, of course, Power Rangers and Sentai. So if you like us, you like our shirts, go check it out. Get one. And they always have sales. Like Judge said, like every 2 weeks they have like a 15% or 20% off sale. So always check in.
Yeah. And then THS hashtaggers, what's that? Do you know?
I don't. I'm here all the time. I just know it's like a chat room where you can talk to other people about...
It's a Facebook group, actually, and you guys can coordinate. I think Daryl put a poll in there currently. It makes no sense. And
but answer it anyway.
Jester thinks he's having a stroke, possibly, or being held captive by somebody that typed up random things on his Facebook.
Maybe
we
we
should
should
asking us for help.
Right? Like, what do the first letters of every word actually spell out?
Does
it help me?
It's interesting, though, because Daniel is Daniel's not here this week. By the way, I'm sure you guys probably are wondering why we're late. Because look at that, we got our super chat.
Thank you.
Which we haven't talked about yet, but we will.
Yeah,
and this is but Daniel wasn't here this week. Johnny's filling in, and the reason why we're late is because Daniel isn't here. So what I want you guys all to do that are a part of THS hashtaggers, if you're not, go and join it. But if you are, I'll get you a prize, or we'll do something for you. But I want to see the best Daniel Jerome meme that you can create. The best Daniel Jerome meme that you can create is going to win something from that hashtag show. But super chat is what we're going to talk about right now, because MJ Spud, your prom date to Morphicon Prom, says, hey guys, sorry I've been out for the last several streams. I've been working like crazy, doing 11-hour shifts 6 days a week, and to get spending money for PMC. So he's committed.
Way to go, MJ Spud.
I mean, if you're coming all the way here, you may as well have some extra spending cash.
Exactly.
You know?
And when you go to cons, when you guys go to cons, what do you think you spend the most money on?
Oh man, that's hard.
Parking.
I know, right? I was going to say either the
point.
badge or parking, depending where it is.
Yeah. Because like, especially in San Diego, where it's like, you can get like the 20 to 100 to like $1 a day, it gets crazy.
Well, even the hotels for San Diego Comic-Con, you got to spend like $40 a day to park at a hotel.
Exactly.
And you're staying there anyway. It's kind of ridiculous.
But it's such a scam. Right?
But that's where they make all their money. I think the week of Comic-Con makes like something crazy, like 30% of their annual revenue.
Yeah. Would you rather that go to the parking situation in the convention, or would you rather go to Uber drivers and Lyft drivers?
Well, I'd rather it to go to Uber drivers. Like, navigating is super hard in that area, so I feel like I always tip them if I take Uber.
It was crazy is they don't even like go in that area. Like, I was a good Uber driver last year because, like, if you go down to the San Diego Comic-Con, there's pretty much, like, laws don't apply anymore. So people just cross the street as they wanted or whatnot. So it takes forever for them to navigate through those streets. So because of that, they haven't picked up in that area. Sometimes they avoid it.
That's why they had the bicycle. But I always feel bad for the people on the bicycles where you have, like, 4 people in there, and there's, like, a girl, and it's like, she's just pumping.
I took one of those.
One time it was me, JD, and Josh, and the thing almost broke down. Mostly because of Josh.
I took one of those like a few years ago. Those pedicabs.
Yeah.
3 blocks cost me $57.
What?
Whoa! 3 blocks.
And the girl I was with, Caitlin. I hope she's probably not watching, but me and Caitlin were like, yeah, we're gonna take a pedicab. We were going down, taking it. Like, it was cool. It was like 3 blocks, whatever. I thought we were cool. We get out and they was like, yeah, it's like $57. And we would look at each other and go, hey, we paid for it. And we go, we're never telling anybody we spent this amount of money on this dumb thing ever again. And it was hilarious, but it's not worth it.
Do they tell you the prices up front? Or is this kind of like when you go to like Tijuana and then you need to negotiate the prices before you get into like the taxi cab?
Have you ever been to Tijuana?
Yeah.
Oh, have you really?
I've walked across the border a couple times.
Oh, man. I used to hang out there all the time.
Oh.
So wait.
Well, when it was crazier.
So wait, like, how do they figure that out? Like, if there's a little meter there or something like that, like, how do they give you the price?
I don't know. I think they guess.
Oh my god.
And they guess.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So that's that. We got another one.
Woo! MJ Spud.
Again.
My dude, I'm coming from England for PMC. He is coming from England.
That's so far. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be an amazing time there.
What are you most looking forward to at PMC?
Well, MJ Spud, if he brings us some like good English chocolate, because English chocolate is way better than American chocolate. So MJ Spud, if you can, hook us up.
Mexican chocolate's better than both.
Really? I haven't tried that.
100%.
Seriously?
Huh.
You got to think, like, you guys, Oaxaca, Mexico is known for its chocolate.
Really?
Oh, and you went there pretty recently.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
They have
So
a straight up chocolate factory.
Whoa.
Yeah, they taught us how to make chocolate. But you know what I'll do next week? I'll bring in, because I bought some Oaxaca hot chocolate. I'll bring it in next week and we'll have it.
Dope, let's try it.
Awesome.
What
I
I'm looking
might not be here next
what I'm looking forward to most, obviously Angel Grove Prom, because it's going to be amazing. So I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be a blast.
A blast. Bombs and blasts. We might probably gonna get flagged because we said words that are.
We might not. I totally could have walked through TSA today.
Yeah,
like, it would not be.
I'm going to TSA early tomorrow morning. Yeah, so it is going to be a lot of fun. Power Morphicon Prom at Angel Grove. Nope, at Anaheim, California. But it's going to be Angel Grove Prom at Power Morphicon. But we'll talk more about that later. You have a prom date. I have a prom date. You are working on a prom date.
Yes, video's coming soon.
What is this? This is very nefarious.
Yes.
Yes.
Who will you be inviting? I can't wait to see.
All right, so let's get into these episodes. This is the first time Tommy's.
He comes back.
Tommy's back.
For
he's the White Ranger.
We don't know why he left in the first
lost his
place.
powers, remember?
I know. So he just ditched school for a significant amount of time.
He
being
doesn't
like,
go to school unless he's a Power Ranger. That's number one.
That's true. That's true.
He just won't say anything. He'll do what he wants to do.
And Jason tells everybody not to hang out with him if he's not a Power Ranger. Fair? It's true. They don't hang out when he's not with a coin. He's
They
part
don't
of the
hang out with him even when he is a Power Ranger. That's why Tommy's like, I'm going to miss you guys.
And
I wish I
because
could
of
hang out.
Tommy. He just go like he just wants to be like brooding and hanging by himself and everything like that.
I don't think he wants to. He wants to be part of the group, but they're just like, Tommy, nah.
Is it though? Because seems like they do stuff and they're like, oh, where's Tommy? He's like, oh, he's over a half-mile away doing flips. It's like,
well, listen, I think Tommy's also the most responsible because they're like, where's Tommy? Oh, he's teaching kids karate.
Jason used to teach kids karate.
Where's Jason? He's scuba diving.
Oh, come on. Jason used to teach the kids karate for a whole season.
Fair fact. Fair fact. That's a fair fact. Where's Jason? Getting his sleeves cut off by his dad.
Oh my.
No, but Tommy's always late too. Like in this episode where he's supposed to meet up with Kimberly for their date, he's like, it's 3 o'clock. It's like Kim's like, yo, it's 4. Do you not know? He's like, I have to wind my watch, and I was like, wait, Tommy, what?
Huh?
What? How? What? I don't know. A lot of this stuff.
Did you watch Tommy? Like what?
No, they have the communicators. Those don't tell time.
Clocks?
Of course they have. No.
They don't flip up.
Oh man.
And he was with Jason. I'm pretty sure he's like, yeah, I got this date with Kimberly, and Jason's probably trying to sabotage him, being like, yeah, don't worry, it's only like 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's only 2
No,
o'clock.
Jason was probably trying to tell, hey, Tommy, should we leave for this day? He's like, nah, bro, I'll get there when I get there.
No, not even.
Team Jason.
Austin's a great guy. Jason
It's
is a careless leader.
What are you talking about? He has saved their lives on numerous occasions.
No, Billy saved their lives on numerous occasions.
Jason's leadership.
Jason's leadership was faulty at best.
What are you talking about?
You don't ever tell somebody like, hey, man, we have 50% left in the Megazord. It's okay. We're going to take them on anyway. Jason, that's not a good idea.
Hey, he was like, we gotta save the city. We gotta save Angel Grove. We're going to put our lives on the line. That's a hero. That's something Captain America would do.
I don't know, because Jason is not a good leader.
He's not a good leader. He's not
a good leader, but he's a go-getter. He's always the one that, I will take him on. Don't worry, you guys stay back. I will be the one. He's the bravest, but I don't know if he's the best leader, to be honest.
When Tommy had to leave and he lost his powers, why did Zordon give the shield and the Dragon Zord to Jason?
Well, because he's Red Ranger. It's by default. I'm pretty sure Zordon's like, man, why do we make Jason the Red?
Oh, come on.
I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you. Why
am I the only one Team Jason? It's just
you know what? It is in the boot. No, he's not.
We got $5.
Super chat.
Somebody want to read that?
Just to let you guys know, I should be at my hotel room in America on the 12th of August at 17 p.m. I'm going back on the 21st. Oh, you're coming for a straight holiday. You're going to be here for a few days.
So then here's what I recommend you also do, MJ. So why don't you tell us which hotel you're at, the address, the room number, and put that all in THS hashtags. We have a big party in your room, big fiesta.
You should also say ready to go to Disney.
Party at.
We could do the Michael J. Spud classic.
What's a classic?
I don't know. I just like making up things like that.
Oh, okay.
It's
invitational. I'll go along with it.
It's the Michael J. Spud Invitational that we are going to invite you to.
I like that too. I like that invitational.
Here's another thing. So JD's, by the way, he's back there, but he's not necessarily a Jason guy.
JD is totally a Jason guy.
Well, are you a Jason guy or Tommy guy? He's 50-50. So
Or who are you? You don't have to pick either of them if you don't want.
You should.
There are other Rangers.
in the comic, the Boom Studios comic, there's a, I think it's in no, it might have been in the regular series, Mighty Morphin, where Zach asks Zordon, you know, why am I not the leader? I feel like I'm more capable of being the leader. And Zordon tells Zach, you're the most qualified to be the leader, but Jason needs this right now. Straight up.
Really?
Yeah.
That's actually really interesting.
Because at the time, I guess in the Boom Studios comic, Jason is looked at, I don't remember if he was he was, I think he was a bully or something. And then like he started working with Ernie and started teaching kids, and he kind of had a lot to make up for it, and he needed something.
Yeah, if you look at some situation too, like you still in a relationship with his dad's kind of like emotionally closed off and everything like that. So if you take that into account too, Zordon was probably right. This is the best way to help Jason like open up and like help like step into like that leadership role. And
he also, his sleeves were closed off. Get it? Like close off. Sleeves, get it? So let's talk about 2 for 1. Fun fact about this episode. This is the first time Tommy is full-on leader. Let's talk.
And he's not wearing green either. He's wearing
white.
neutral colors. And
this episode debuts a new intro with Tommy.
Yep, there's the White Ranger.
There's the White Ranger. Look at that, man. This beer. Michelada, bro. This is also last couple of episodes with White Light. The Rangers are being voiced by different actors in the suits, but there is still original footage of them as they appeared. But Jason is voiced by, this is a fun fact here, the guy's name is, where was it? It was like Gary something.
see, I didn't even notice. I think because I watch these shows with subtitles on anyway, that I'm not necessarily listening
to the voices.
Yeah, but like, even as a kid, I never would have guessed. I never knew. It went over my head. And even now, rewatching this specific episode, didn't notice.
Really?
Yeah. I'm just unobservant, I guess.
No, I agree with you. Like in these episodes, I didn't really notice. I started noticing like later on as the Peace Summit started to come about more, and then that's when I started noticing. Well, they're not really around that much often. That's when I started to notice, but they made that transition.
Paul F. Rosenthal is the guy that voices Jason. Funny enough, we'll get to this later, but I did notice this. This is also the first appearance of Finster since
Rita left. Yeah.
So this is our first time we see Finster back.
But he's just in the background.
Just cheering. He's just cheering.
Just Finstering it up.
Biding his time until he can make monsters to destroy Zedd.
Yes, yeah, exactly. The reason why Finster hadn't appeared in any episodes is because this is also the first time we had Finster's American footage.
Oh,
so they didn't have any more footage.
Oh, that's true, because Zedd is a whole
they got the suits came over and everything like that.
Exactly.
Nice.
We will see Finster later on in the season, but this is the first time we see him here. This is also just a note. The limp sinker. You guys remember the limp sinker in this episode?
The lipstick that comes to life.
Lipstick, yeah. Sinker, yeah. So Jason throws a sword, cuts his face.
Yeah, and then grows big and no cut.
No cut, yeah, exactly.
No, sometimes there are. When it was a big monster, in some shots it had the cut on its face, and then it wouldn't, and then it would. And I think that's where, like, this episode is when I noticed like the cutting between the monsters and the Megazords are like, they don't ever interact.
Exactly.
Like, it's super apparent, and the cuts are like very quick.
Exactly. Trini's line. This is, and now what they also did. I'm sorry, Jason was the only one that was voiced over. Trini and Zach weren't.
Okay.
So Jason was voiced over by Paul F. Rosenfeld, and Trini's line in this in the show when she was in her helmet, it was "You'll have to do better than that if you want to beat us." That line is actually a recycled line from the episode "Food Fight" from season 1.
Oh.
Pudgy Pig. Wow.
Yes. Yeah. This episode also marks the first time that the Sentai monster, Persehead, has appeared entirely in American footage, and no Sentai footage of the monster was used.
Oh, wow. Nice. Production value's going up a little way.
Well, it's also because they're limiting themselves.
But it was also 2 different monsters, which was interesting. So they had the purse head and then the lipstick thing that grew.
Yeah.
So.
And the purse head looked nothing like a purse?
Yeah.
It was a coin purse.
Oh, okay.
It was a coin purse with a face on it.
And the initial morphing sequence that was shown out of order, placing Kimberly before Tommy. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
I did not notice that.
And that's pretty much like the fun facts about this episode. So what did you guys think about this episode?
I felt like it was average, to be honest.
Average. It was kind of average, but Tommy was. By the way, at this point, behind the scenes stuff, I think in this era of Power Rangers, the behind the scenes stuff is a little bit more interesting than the show.
How so?
Because
everything that's going on, and they still have to produce this
Yeah.
show and make a whole bunch of episodes.
Well, because the live action stuff is already shot, so you already have stuff with all 6 of the Rangers, right? However, in the actual story of the show, Tommy wasn't the leader. So that additional dialogue of how do you feel about being the new leader of the power team, that was actually added in after the 3 had already left.
Oh.
Tommy was never to be the leader of the team.
Interesting.
He was just going to be another 6 Ranger. So that's a fun fact. And if you, as you'll see later on in one of the other episodes, Jason's the one that does the morph call. The reason why is because he's still the leader.
Right.
And Tommy didn't do it. So I think that stuff's really interesting to me. The episode's average.
Yeah.
This is our first time we're really getting to see the White Ranger kind of do his thing. And our time with these guys are just ticking away.
Yeah.
Just a few more. How many more episodes do we have with
Jason, Zach, and Trini, the real ones?
Yeah. Just one more, right?
It ends. It ends in this run.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So like the next episode they're in there, and then the one after that, like we don't see them at all anymore.
Yeah.
Like you don't see them.
Oh, so sad.
So, what else do you guys notice about this episode? What did you like? What did you not like? Talk to me.
For me, it kind of felt like a transitional episode. It's kind of felt like we had just come up with this big storyline, bring in the new Ranger and everything like that. And it felt like we just want to kind of like establish him and get like people used to him and everything. So I felt more like transitional, especially like you just bridge it up, like all the behind the scenes things going on. It didn't feel like they were ready to like start like a new storyline yet. So it just felt very transitional to me.
I don't know, it felt basic because like they're still trying to build up this thing with Trini and Richie, I felt like, and they're having like these moments and she's not going to be there soon. You say Richie falls out of nowhere, never comes back.
Yeah, he just
I'll talk about that in just a second actually, but in one of the later episodes. But yeah, it seemed that my guess is that early on in this season there was a lot of rumblings about the actors wanting more. That's why they brought in Richie and that's why they brought in Curtis. And I think that throughout the duration there may have been a situation where they're like, okay, well, some of the actors were unhappy, and they were like, okay, well, let's set up a replacement. And behind the scenes stuff, they were all going to leave together because they wanted a higher wage. And then I think, obviously, everybody knows this. Jason David Frank, Amy Jo Johnson, and David Yost decided to stay. And the only 2 that were really hard set on leaving, I believe, was Austin and Walter.
Really?
Twee, the Yellow Ranger Trini, was actually going to stay.
Oh, okay.
And then at the last minute changed her mind and left with him.
So wait, why were those 2 guns set on like leaving?
I think originally the original plan was that they were going to let them leave gracefully. That's why they brought in Richie and Curtis.
Okay.
And they didn't have a plan for they thought Trini was going to stay. That's why they were shipping Trini and Richie together.
Oh, I see.
And then when plans changed, they had no backup for that. And I think what ended up happening once Trini left is they're like, all right, we need to just cast 3 new people and start fresh.
Oh, okay.
That's crazy. I don't understand why they wouldn't just give them a pay raise. Like, they're doing all their own stunts. They're there filming, and I don't know what the pay is or how much it would be equal to today.
Listen.
But their production value is so low since they're taking footage from Sentai series.
Yeah.
Just give them a little extra money.
Yeah.
Especially with how popular the show was at the
Yeah,
time.
and
'Cause
the
it was
toys
carrying-
and everything else, like
Yeah.
they're making bank on.
Well, and I mean, that's how rich people stay rich, right?
I guess
Haim
so.
Saban, glad the franchise isn't with you anymore. But yeah, I mean, I feel bad for Austin and Walter because Walter came back as a voice actor for the show on an episode, but he never got to really come back and do his thing. And Walter still looks great. I wish he would come back now.
Oh yeah, I saw him in the crowd another year, and he still looks the same. Like, man, do you age?
And it's unfortunate
True.
because Twee, on the other hand, passed away, and I felt like, man, how unfortunate that she didn't really get a chance to really, ride that wave that everybody else is. And I mean, I like JDF as a person, and I think he made the right choice, and it's pretty obvious he made the right choice. Look at his con appearances, what he's done for this franchise. But it is an unfortunate circumstance. But did you guys hear about the news earlier this week that David Yost is trying to get the original actors together to do a Power Ranger reunion movie?
Oh,
Really?
seriously?
That would be super fun.
He's trying to do it from Netflix.
Oh, cool.
So
That's a good platform since
It
Power
is.
Rangers is already all on Netflix.
it is.
So
So we'll see if that ends up happening. But David Yost, that news came out earlier this week. So let's rank this in Power Coins, and I want to know what you guys think in the chat. How many Power Coins do you give this episode? 2 for 1.
I'd give it 2.
2 Power Coins.
Out of 5, I would give it 2.5.
2.5. I'm also going to go 2. And we want to know what you guys are going to give it in the chat as well. All right. So our next episode is called Opposites Attract. Who wants to? Do you know the premise of this?
So the whole thing is magnets and the magnetizing thing, and Billy creates this, I don't even know what it is, but it's supposed to detect solar something.
Yeah.
And whatever, Zedd uses it and like the whole world goes crazy and it's like tilting on its axis.
He's gathering scientific data for a severe storm that's brewing.
Yeah, and then Zedd's like, I will use this and make a monster of it and put the world into chaos, which I thought was one of the more effective monsters as
100%.
far as like having an effect on the entire planet as opposed to just Angel Grove.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how this didn't become like world news of like, hey, maybe we should focus on Angel Grove and send some reinforcements to help these Power Rangers, but you know, nothing ever really happens.
Now, interestingly enough, just a few notes here. Do you remember this episode at all?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Okay, so this is the last episode to feature original footage from Jason, Zach, and Trini until Jason comes back for a Golden Homecoming. It's also the last time Jason led the original team in a morph call, not counting archival footage. Now, this is interesting because the reason he, like what you said before, the reason he led this morph call was because when they were shooting it, he was still the leader.
Yeah, he had no idea.
Right, he had no idea. So that's why he looks kind of happy, actually. When you see the White Ranger, and Zordon's like, how do you feel about the new the leader of the power team? And he's like, this is great. It's like, it's
because that was added in like way after.
ADR, right?
Oh,
yeah, because that was sideline. Like when I saw that, I was like, the heck?
No, I remember watching
Like-
that. Go ahead.
No, but that's how I was. I just sat there and I was like, I rewound it and be like, is that what Zordon just said? Like, Tommy, you're now the leader of the Power Rangers, and Jason's like, cool.
Exactly. I remember watching it as a kid and growing up. Jason was my favorite Ranger, and I'm like watching it. It's like Tommy comes floating down like he's Jesus and everything like that, and he makes this pronouncement like, "You are now leader of the Power Rangers." I'm looking at Jason like, "The fuck? Say something, Jason! Say something now!" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "No."
So this episode also featured the final appearance of Richie and Curtis. Both characters were dropped from the show due to sudden departure of Twee Trang and Walter Jones, respectively. However, Curtis's actor Joe Rogers still voiced the morph Zach until the character's departure in the power transfer.
That's so weird. Why wouldn't they just have them fill in since they've been building up this whole time? Like some kind of like they were obviously put there to set up. I don't know, like if they're like in contract negotiations to be like, hey, we can replace you. Why wouldn't they just use them to replace the Rangers that left? I don't understand.
How do you guys feel about that? You guys think Richie and Curtis might have made better Rangers?
Well, it's hard to say, but here's what I think happened. I think that Richie and Curtis were brought in for a very specific reason to scare the Rangers, and I don't think Saban actually thought that they were going to leave. With that being said, once they actually did leave, they're like, okay, now we got to up our game and get like better actors that can perform better stunts and do this, this, and this. And that's exactly what they did. And they also probably didn't expect Trini to leave. So I think that was all a deciding factor in this. Let's see. This is the first time Billy had a love interest since Marge from Peace, Love, and Woe from season 1. Now, his very first was Melissa in A Different Drum, but Laura, who was his love interest in this, would become Billy's only love interest that would appear in another episode.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Poor Billy. I feel like everyone else has like, you know, arcs with their love interests and everything else, and Billy is just like one off, and whatever this is going to turn out to be, which is kind of nothing.
Yeah,
which is nothing.
Yeah.
Until aliens come.
Exactly. Then later on, when he does meet somebody, it's like it happens all off screen.
Yeah.
It's like, guys, I'm not coming back. It's like, well, okay.
Now, this episode is the last episode to play the Go White Ranger Go song.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So it's 3 episodes in, and he's already his song.
I guess I just wanted to sell the CDs, make some new tracks, sell some more. I mean,
the girl Laura, that's his love interest, appears one more time in Goldar's Vice Versa. Squat and Babu appear in the background of the moon planet, but do not have any lines in this episode. And this marks the final episode, as we just said, of Jason, Zach, and Trini. Also, the Rangers do a pose similar to what the Die Rangers pose was in their morph suits of the Mighty Morphin suits. There was a couple of errors in this episode, like Jason was seen shoving the back portion of his blade blaster when he drew back an outward weapon and it backfired, following him the energy attack. That probably made no sense to anybody.
no, it did, because he brought out his gun and like he went to shoot and he was like, oh, it fired back on me or something. I guess to deal with magnetism. It's just opposites attract. Everything that happens is now opposite, but it didn't really get explained too well in the episode.
Zordon tells Kimberly teleport to the command center. The others are already there, rather than the others are already here, despite the fact that he that she was already, her character was already like at the command center. I
Yeah,
think?
syntax important, but you know, it's a kid's show. They talk pretty fast. You might be like, wait, what? But you know, it's not a big thing.
It's like 23 minutes. Like we gotta go.
Well, the other thing, like when the world was on its axis, like the one thing that I picked up that I thought was super funny is like everyone's in the juice bar or whatever, and the cash register is open, and all of Ernie's money is just flying in the air, and I was like, damn it, Ernie, you just. No matter what happens, you just lose all of your money. I don't understand.
We also got a new person in the chat, Cool Infinity, a new watcher. Thank you so much for joining us, Cool Infinity.
What's up, Cool?
Pleasure.
Hi.
Also, this is another mess up, another flub. Is Zordon calls Saba Shaba in this episode? Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
Shaba.
he was just having like
a stroke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But those are what happened. Now, talk me through this. What are some of your favorite moments of this episode?
Okay, so the thing that I thought was kind of weird happens towards the end. So Bulk and Skull are trying to find out who the Power Rangers are, and they're like also in the forest with like these little Girl Scouts that Kimberly and Billy's love interest goes out. And this bear comes in a bear suit, and it's supposed to be like a real bear that like scares them. So they run back to the juice bar, and they're like, "Oh, you just imagine the bear." And I was like, "They're pretty torn up. That bear got them. Maybe you should take them to the hospital."
Right.
And they're just like, ha ha ha, you just imagined it, we'll take care of you. And I was like, and it ends and everyone's happy except for they're just like, we got mauled by a bear. Right. I was like, what is going on?
It's definitely a little strange.
It was weird. It's a weird episode.
Now, from your memory of this, like in this point of Power Rangers, what's going on through your head? Chat me up about that.
At this point in time, like I was again, like it was just kind of weird because like, again, it was like a transitional period with like Tommy coming in and everything like that. But at this time, I was really just excited for the White Ranger. Like I love like the new powers, I love the new Zord and everything like that.
But when you were younger,
Saba was amazing.
When you were younger and you knew that the White Ranger was now the leader, what were your feelings about this?
I was like,
especially at this point.
Well, honestly, like, again, Jason was my favorite Ranger, and so when this happened, I was kind of like, what? Huh? I was like really disappointed by that because again, like, I love seeing Jason like do the like grow as a leader of the seasons. Because I remember when he like lost against Goldar, it kind of like lost Tommy's powers, but then later on he goes and fights him again and kind of redeems himself. So I love seeing his character arc. But at this point, though, I still like Tommy, so I was like, all right, well, you know, let me give Tommy a chance to see how he does as leader. And with Saba, I like those comedic scenes they had together. Shaba. Is they were trying to figure out how to work together and everything like that.
Oh, so. Look at that! We got a Chip Douglas. Thank you so much for the super chat.
Thank you.
I like the cool Easter eggs. I guess Chip. This is a new thing we're gonna do. We're gonna do little cool Easter eggs like this now.
So yeah, that was what's going through my mind. Like I wasn't excited for the new change of leadership, but I was going to give Tommy a chance, and hey, it worked out.
Hey, it worked out. Now, Elle, chat me up about this. What if we could have seen more Richie and Curtis? Where would you have liked to see their stories kind of play out?
I don't know, because Trini was my favorite Ranger, that she had a love interest.
Were you happy that she had a love interest?
Yeah, and he was a good-looking kid. So
he
it
was
like,
a good-looking kid.
You know,
he passed away. Rest in peace.
Oh no.
In real life, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just like, oh, I thought this was gonna play out somewhere, and then like as a kid, you don't know all the behind-the-scenes things. So when they get swapped out as Rangers, you're kind of like, oh, okay. I don't know. I think I just related to her mostly, which made me interested in Richie too, and how that was gonna play out for her character.
Yeah, and no more Curtis, which is so strange because I feel like he just moved there.
Yeah, really, literally.
So weird. All right, so in the chat, we want to know how many power coins do you guys give this episode, if you guys remember it. Opposites Attract. Again, pretty historic episode behind the scenes. Now, maybe not so much when you're watching it, but now in historical context, this is the last time you get all the original Rangers together on screen that did original footage. Everything after that is all stand-ins,
yeah,
and weird cuts and
right,
yeah.
So
and them being off doing something, just the three of them all the time.
Yeah, like Jason after he got done being the leader, he went scuba diving and hung out. They just played basketball in the park.
He was hurt. He was rejected. So I don't even give him a reason. He just got demoted for no reason.
That's true. And then like in these episodes too,
what is the reason?
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Because he's leaving.
No, because he wanted to fight. He wanted to fight the monsters at 50% power of the Megazord.
He was trying to save lives. It was a life or death decision, and we survived.
It is true. He does try to save lives.
Exactly.
Layla brings up a great point here. Did you guys ever feel that there was a romantic interest between Billy and Trini?
Maybe because they did go on a lot of like. Zordon was like, hey, you need to create a machine to do something, and it would always be them two. But I think it's because they were the most capable in that department.
I never thought that. I always thought it was just like they just had this like best friend scenario.
Yeah.
Because I remember reading somewhere like someone explained like Trini's role was that like Billy would explain things, in scientific ability terms, and Trini was there to translate because she understood Billy, and I always got the feeling like they're best friends. Like, she's the person who gets Billy the most out of everybody and everything like that.
So what would have happened had that she remained the translator for Trini or for Billy, and then Trini would have left? What would have happened then? Because Tommy and Kimberly just would not have understood him. And
I think Jason too, like, because even Zach is like, yo, in English, and he would say that a lot. And I feel like just Billy would be ostracized to be like talking about all this stuff. He's kind of like, I have the answers, but no one understands.
Exactly, I have to dumb myself down for you.
And Zordon isn't the type that'll be like, I understand what Billy is saying. Let me help you out. He'll just be like, let them work this out. Like,
that's hilarious. All right, so to be honest, I think there is. So LaShawna Brooks also thinks that there's a connection between Billy and Trini.
I can see it though. I can see how that would be a good ship to use hip terms.
So and LaShawna Brooks also gives this episode a 4, and so does Edward. He gives it a 4 as well. Lent 324 says Billy and Trini equal Drax and Mantis.
I see that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, Chip was like, Billy got friend zone.
He did get friend zone.
I don't think he got friend zone if he didn't try, but you know what, Chip, you might be right.
And Billy has a different love interest in this episode anyway. Like
Laura.
Yeah.
Who comes back in Goldar's vice versa. So what did you guys give your rankings of this episode?
No. I want to rank it pretty high since it's like the last episode, and like I feel like this monster actually had a chance of messing up the world. Like Zedd had a good chance to be like, yes, change the Earth's axis and mess everything up, but I give it a 4.
4, solid 4.
4. I agree with Elle. Like, I love the monster in this episode. Like you said, it's the one who actually like affects the entire world instead of just like knocking over a couple buildings in Angel Grove, which makes it a lot more interesting.
Yeah, too bad there wasn't other like ramifications, or they didn't have like other newscasts from like different parts of the world being like, what's going on? But it's a kid's show.
It's a kid's show.
Low budget.
All right, so we're gonna move on to our next and final episode.
Wait, what was your ranking? You said 4 too?
No, 3.5.
3.5. Okay.
3.5.
The Monster Mash one.
The Monster Mash one. So, you want to give us a little rundown on what this episode is?
So actually in this Halloween episode, they actually get to go trick-or-treating, which is kind of nice.
Instead of playing a game show?
Yeah, that has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah, it was a cosplay game show, and it wasn't Halloween technically, I don't think.
No, I don't know. It was a weird thing, but this one they actually do trick-or-treating, so the teens are the chaperones of the kids. And then they kind of just leave the kids to fend for themselves because a bunch of other monsters come up, like old school from previous like season 1 monsters show up to mess with them.
Yes.
Because Zedd wants to have his own costume party, and I was like, that's fun. Zedd likes to have fun.
Zedd likes to have fun.
Yeah.
Zedd likes to get down.
Oh yeah, he does do it big.
And he makes the mini rangers, which I like. Where I'm like, dude, you made the other was it the Dark Rangers and the jankiest of costumes ever, but you give like these putties and turn them into kids. And you give them better costumes.
The Mutant Rangers. These are transformed into the Mutant Rangers.
But the favorite part of my episode, you going to bring it up?
What?
The Tommy loses Morphin.
Oh, yeah. Out of nowhere.
So easily, third mission in, the great leader Tommy loses Morphin so quickly.
That's true.
Jason will never lost Morphin like that.
He just brings it out, and the monster's like, that's mine.
Exactly.
And Tommy's like, I'm okay with that. That's cool. That's cool. You got me.
So let's talk about some of the notes on this episode. Jason, Zach, and Trini do not appear in this episode unmorphed. This is the first time we really get to see the actor's departure here. This is also the only episode after their departure that does not feature their replacements, Rocky, Aisha, and Adam.
Oh, so this is a true transition episode.
So in the next episodes, the next little arc, we get introduced to them. But this is the first episode that it's really just Jason, Billy, and Kimberly. The recycled ADR of the 5 main Rangers, one of them is calling for their Thunderzords, is from the recycled ADR is from Wannabe Ranger, and they're calling for their Thunderzords. When the Z Putties transform into children wearing costumes, it appears as if they transform into the Mutant Rangers from the episode Mighty Morphin Mutants, but with the Z belt buckles instead of the pentagrams.
Oh, cool. I didn't even notice that. Yeah. That is pretty cool.
Aside from the new monster Doomstone and the key monster, the following monsters appeared in Lord Zedd's Haunted Forest. Pumpkin Rapper from Trick or Treat, which is a pretty famous.
I love him.
Yeah, he's also been in the Boom Studios comic. Oh, there's Walter Jones. Come on. No, I'm just kidding. Boom Studios, like JD stood up because he really thinks it is. But we have Pumpkin Rapper that's in that. We also have Pumpkin Rapper that came back for Power Rangers Hyperforce. Robogoat, who was in the Green Dream.
Oh yeah.
Primitar out in Wannabe Ranger. The Rhino Blaster from the football season, and the Invincible Flytrap from Welcome to Venus Island, and the Snizzard from Foul Play in the Sky.
See, I don't really remember that one.
Snizzard, Foul Play in the Sky. Do you remember the one where like Kimberly has to fly a plane because Uncle Steve like passes out?
Okay, maybe I wasn't here for
That was voted by Bryan Cranston, I believe.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Really?
Huh.
With the
That's
exception,
so weird.
It is.
That's a really weird connection
Wait, and isn't she,
that I'm
like,
trying to process.
Isn't she like get talked down, like how to land the plane and everything like that? And then they're like, Kimberly's in the plane, Zordon's like, we can't teleport her out.
Yeah.
What?
But his Bulk and Skull were with her.
Oh, yeah. But don't they pass out at some point?
Yeah, they passed out. But how are they going to teleport her out? The plane will just crash.
Well,
Stuff happens. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Autopilot. Gotta do what you gotta do.
I mean, people die every day. Like, buildings are destroyed. I mean...
It's true. It's
Angel
true.
Grove's not a safe place. They're used to death now.
Yeah.
They've
Now,
accepted it. Everybody dies there.
With the exception of Doomstone and the Doomstone, the Key Monster, and Snizzard, the remaining 5 monsters are from Zoo Ranger.
Oh, dope.
Yeah. Let's see. Snizzard is the only monster aside from Doomstone, which Tommy has not previously fought. Rhino Blaster and Venusable Flytrap have different voices to the original appearance, but Rhino Blaster will go back to speaking with the original in The Wedding, which comes out later on. This is also the first mention of the Peace Conference, which Jason, Zach, and Trini have to go to. So they're already planting the seeds here of their departure. Let's see. Pumpkin Rapper's Zord fight is unused footage from Trick or Treat.
It kind of makes sense. There's a lot of cuts in between that too, where you don't see them really. The Zords don't interact with the monster. It's just like
exactly,
pew, and then cut. It's like, okay, now it explodes.
Yeah.
It's
Also,
super apparent.
Bulk speculates that the Rangers have the ability to change their size. Now, this is shown later on, 3 seasons later in Turbo, where Justin Stewart does change his size to become a Ranger. So technically, that's kind of true.
That reminds me about Justin's White Ranger thing about the kid.
Kiba.
Kiba, or whatever it was. Oh man, that's so weird.
And also, I'm thinking about Zeo too, when they actually did grow in size at one time, which is cool.
Yeah. Oh, they did. That was that one time that happened. I was like, why didn't they just do this all the time? Though?
Yeah, low key.
Let's see. This is the second Halloween episode in a row, just like the last time. Alpha 5 mingles with normal humans in this episode, just like last time. Protected from suspicion by their assumption that he is simply in a costume and not a real robot. And he's teleported down by Zordon's request to protect and care for the children at the remaining trick-or-treating excursion. Though we never see...
You should not leave Alpha 5 in charge of children. Damn it, Zordon.
Why? He's so responsible.
The last time he tried to look after a kid, he's like, I'm going to self-destruct. And it was just like,
Poor
what?
Dylan. And that's what...
I'm sorry, never mind. I'm sorry. My bad. No question. I'm sorry.
That's what caused...
Alpha.
That's what caused the universe to kind of expand, and that created the RPM universe. And that Dylan is the Dylan you see in RPM, because he does explode and creates the RPM universe. Oh. That's not true. Let's see.
You should just go with it. Just go with it.
Right?
Fan theories.
Exactly. Zedd's haunted forest is said to be the monster's resting place. The same thing can be said with the Shadow World in Lightspeed Rescue, the Abyss of Evil in Ninja Storm, and the Nylock Heaven in Samurai. This is also the first time the Thunderzord and Thunderzord, Megazord, and the Tiger Zord go to warrior mode and fight alongside each other.
Cool.
Zordon says Tommy, Kimberly, and Billy are in trouble, although they were knocking down monsters left and right without any trouble at all when they were unmorphed.
That's true. Like, even the baboon thing was just like, I'm on the ground. You got me. One little kick, I'm done.
And during the episode's reruns, it was mistakenly called Zedd's Halloween Bash.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's kind of similar enough to be like,
it was later corrected, but yeah, some of the reruns called it Zedd's Halloween Bash.
Interesting.
And also, this is a pretty interesting one. Doomstone and the Key Monster were never destroyed in this episode.
Oh. That's so weird. Do they ever come back?
I don't believe so. Lord Zedd was seen giving instructions to 6 putties, but only 5 arrived on Earth.
Last one got lost.
Last one got lost. Yeah, one escaped. The teens and children were trick-or-treating during the day.
Yeah, I thought that was weird. I was like, who trick-or-treats at like noon?
Yeah. Kimberly somehow knew that Tommy didn't have access to his morpher while watching on the viewing globe. She had no idea. Zordon says that Lord Zedd has recreated his most vicious monsters in the Dark Dimension, but the Pumpkin Rapper, Snizzard, and the Rhino Blaster were Rita's monsters.
Yeah, I was like, those aren't even his.
Unmorphed Tommy holds his morpher with his hand switched from his morphing sequence. It's a small fun fact that some hardcore Power Ranger fans have noticed. And Wires can be seen holding Kimberly off the ground when she's attacked attacks Robo-Goat in the Dark Dimension.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, let's go back and watch that for an Easter egg. The Pumpkin Rapper and the Power Rangers were all somehow out of the Dark Dimension without explanation. One Zedd threw his grenade and grew the Pumpkin Monster, Pumpkin Rapper. So those are the fun facts for that episode.
Yeah. I mean, I guess they're kind of fun. Like, this whole episode was like really weird, where I kind of feel like instead of doing like clip shows, they're just like, hey, let's just reuse these monster suits. We already have them. It's all good. Don't worry about it.
And I feel they kind of wasted one too, because like Doomstone is an awesome name,
right?
And it was this cool monster with the head bobbing up and down.
And it had like the eye, where like it was actually like I really like that costume.
Me too. Yeah, I was like, I want to see more of him.
Do you though?
Yeah, Doomstone was cool.
I mean, maybe, hey, he'll show up
I like cemeteries, so that appeals to me.
You
like,
do? What's with you? And so this is the second reference of cemeteries today.
Well, no, this one came up in here, but also New Orleans.
Hey, we got somebody from Germany in here.
Ooh.
Mr. Marrow. Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Marrow.
Welcome.
Wait, maybe, never mind. So, what's your fascination with cemeteries? Really curious here.
I don't know, they're just cool. Like I like the headstones and like, I don't know, people laid to rest. It's interesting.
Is it more of a morbid curiosity? Or is it more of a fascination of like architecturally cemeteries are kind of cool? Or...
They just look cool. Like, cause like I guess the ones around here, like everyone just usually has the little plaque that goes into the ground, but to have actual like headstones that are like crafted for certain people for certain reasons is just like super interesting to me. I don't know.
Nice. You ever been to the Hollywood Cemetery?
No, I haven't.
Hollywood Forever?
I actually haven't, but they're doing like those movies.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but they always choose like the only movie that I thought was cool there was The Shining. But other than that, it's always like these classic movies that I don't
fit
think
the atmosphere. Yeah.
Like sometimes they show like The Breakfast Club and things like that.
Yeah, it's super weird, and like I don't really want to bring a picnic outside when I can just eat in my home with like HD TV.
Nosferatu is a great movie to see at a cemetery.
Actually, yeah, that would be amazing. You should like pitch that to like Cinema Space or whoever does those things.
Or even like Night of the Living Dead. Some of the
any of those would be super cool.
Ooh, that would be creepy.
That would be amazing.
Would be great. But is it disrespectful? Would you watch the original Power Ranger? Would you watch Power Rangers Turbo at the cemetery? Turbo, a Power Ranger movie, cemetery, Hollywood Forever. Are you going?
See, it's really hard for me to just watch that movie in general, though. But if it was the first Power Rangers, I mean, well, I don't know.
The first Power Rangers, I think, is worse.
See, honestly, it just has nostalgia for me.
Yeah, I mean,
I remember
it looks
seeing
bad.
as a kid the drive-through and everything that the drive-in. I was like really excited.
Huh?
Drive-in. And I remember how I was so excited for it. It was one of the first few movies that I requested my parents take me to.
You know, so I actually saw it in an advanced screening.
As a child?
Yeah. So.
Man.
As a child?
So yeah.
Your life has been like the same forever then.
Right? So what happened?
Did you interview them then?
Right?
When I
I'm just Dave Frank. I'm Joe.
12 years old, I was interviewing the Power Rangers. No, so it was four of us. It was me. I was like 12. It was me, Daniel, who was here at Hashtag Show, our friend Fernando and Tony. There was a Fry's Electronics that was, and I don't know how I found this out, but there was a Fry's Electronics that was. I was one of the kids that had internet early on.
Oh, okay.
I definitely did. So there was a Fry's Electronics that was in like the Fox Hills Mall that was giving out early advanced ticket screenings, and I saw it in the newspaper actually.
Okay.
And I found out, and I was like, Dad, I want to go to the Fry's, and nobody knew about it. So like there was no line, and I was like, hey, I'm here for the Power Ranger like thing, and at first they were like, what? And then I was like, I think, and he's like, yeah, we have the tickets. So I was like, all right, great. So I got 4 of them for my friends, and then we went to McDonald's, and you remember at the time they were doing the Power Ranger Happy Meals.
Yeah.
We all bought the ones with the communicator.
Oh man,
so we all went to the
Oh,
communicator.
that's dope. That's cool.
And then we all went to go see the advanced screening, because I don't know if anybody remembers this, but it came out the same day as Batman Forever. So we did Power Rangers first, and then a couple days later did Batman.
Nice.
But that was the start of it all.
Man, living your best life.
Joe's first advanced screening.
First advanced screening.
You were just like, I like this. I want this forever.
This is my career.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I remember. I'll never forget. It was a really cool thing. I remember that communicator. I might still have it somewhere where it flips up and you see Zordon's head.
Yeah, and it's like the plastic.
Yeah, it definitely
that
doesn't
cuts
fit
into-
my wrist anymore, but I still have it probably. Okay, so let's. What did you guys in the chat? What do you guys? Sorry, we went on a tangent there. What do you guys rank this Zedd's Monster Mash episode? And what do you guys rank this Zedd Monster Mash episode?
Man, that's hard. I kind of like the monsters coming back. I love Halloween episodes in any TV show that I watch. So I want to give it a 5, but it wasn't that great, so I'm gonna give it a 4.
Really?
Yeah, I love Halloween episodes.
I love Halloween in general.
I definitely. Oh,
no, go ahead.
I'm definitely gonna give it a 4. like I was rewatching this one, and one of these that stood out to me because I was talking to young JD about this, and I was like, man, they must pay these stunt actors a lot. This is pretty good. And JD was like, no, that's straight all Tommy right there. I was like, for real? That this is a moment where he goes like runs to the tree and like does a flip, does some cool martial arts moves. I was like, damn, JD was putting in work back in the day. So I didn't give him a lot of props. And again, I love seeing the Tiger Zord and the Shonen Megazord like fight together, everything like that. That was like really dope and everything. It was a dope fight sequence. All in all, like, yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a fun episode.
I got to give it a 4 also, man, because it's cool seeing these old monsters again. I thought it was just a fun episode. Halloween episodes, to me, I know now that they've become clip shows, and this is almost the predecessor to that. The only difference is that you're getting original footage for the main part, but realistically, it's just like, hey, there's a monster cemetery where they all live, and let's bring them back. And it's like it's less thought out, but I felt like the trope of that started here.
Yeah, and it's a fun concept where it's like, oh man, because they really do only use these monster suits once, or the footage. So it's kind of fun that American footage, they come back, they finally got all these things, and they get to use them.
Yeah, I thought, this was a lot of fun. So I like doing these little Easter eggs for the shows, because I think that they're fun, that we wouldn't necessarily know about. Like I said, this is the pure transitional episode. No Rocky, Adam, and Aisha, no Jason, Zach, and Trini. Just Tommy, Billy, and Kimberly.
Yeah, sadly enough, yeah.
Well, I think it was for the better. Actually, I don't know about that. Realistically speaking, oh man, it's hard to say. So, all right, let's go over this. Who did you like better, Rocky or Jason? You probably don't remember Rocky.
See, I don't remember that much. Like, my childhood memories are always, like, Jason was the leader.
Okay.
Like, Jason is a Red Ranger for me.
Rocky or Jason?
Jason. You know why? Rocky's cool, but Rocky did a flip and injured his leg from a
Injured his back. He broke his back.
He's like, no, come on, man, no. So Jason all day.
Okay, I agree with you. I actually do like Jason over Rocky as well. Are you gonna go Trini or Aisha?
Trini.
I got to go Trini also. Trini's way better.
Trini was legit. She knew martial arts, and she knew that martial was like. I liked how everyone knew their own martial arts style, but hers was more like, I want to say like Shaolin in a way. It was like more like meditative and calm and everything. It was more spiritual.
And even in the show, she tried to learn different styles of martial arts too.
She did.
So
she's a true student of the game. She's an awesome ranger.
Cooler things about Trini though was that she had a defined character. You know that she was afraid of heights. You know that she was Billy's translator. You know that she was intelligent. You know she's a great fighter. With Aisha, I felt that she was just a carbon copy of a nicer version of Kimberly.
Yeah.
And to me, it didn't give her much more character development.
I agree. And then added to that too, though, if you think about Trini low key is like a G of a ranger. Because think about it, she's smart enough to talk to Billy. She knows multiple martial arts styles. She probably knows more than Jason and Tommy because she studied with Zach as well and incorporated new things.
So Zach just taught her dancing.
Well, yeah, though, yeah, but
hip hop keto,
yeah. That's a real martial art. It works. But it's like, if you think about like all those factors and everything like that, she is like one of the more like well-rounded rangers. Like I know they did that Power Rangers comic with like Forever Pink and everything like that, but they did a Forever Yellow story. Trini could be an awesome agent on her own.
Excuse me?
Trini could be an awesome agent on her. Wait, what is that?
Awesome what on her own?
Agent on her own.
Oh, agent.
What'd you think I said?
I thought you said Asian.
No! I said awesome agent on her own.
No, I heard agent.
I heard Asian.
I heard
These
agent.
guys heard Asian.
I was like,
too.
wait, what?
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what did I say?
So here's also one of the other thing too is I think and going back to Rocky real quick, I think Rocky is better as the Blue Ranger because he did get more character depth and he wasn't the smartest ranger. He was the first ranger that was not doing good grades. He was the first ranger that was like a goof off. Like I kind of dug that about him. Well, why was he red? I don't know.
Exactly. Why? It should have been something, yeah.
But I think that now
as long as he has attitude, Zordon's only requirement is you need to be a teenager with attitude.
That's true.
So
here's the harder one for me, though. You go Zach or Adam?
Ooh.
See, I don't know enough about Adam.
You'll
I don't
get to know
remember,
Adam.
so.
I personally have to go Adam.
Zach.
I go Adam.
Well, why do you go Adam?
Because Adam is the better fighter.
Is he?
I think Adam would rival Tommy in terms of their fighting level.
See, okay, go ahead.
I think that's number one. I think Adam has one of the most developed characters throughout Power Ranger history. Though he was on the show for quite a while.
He was.
If you look at his duration, he started off as the quiet shy one, and then ended up becoming a leader, rightful leader of one of the Rangers, and a mentor to not just Carlos in Power Rangers in Space, but also a mentor to the Once a Ranger team that he formed and the Rangers of Operation Overdrive.
Yep, and I'm going to help support you right there, help your argument out, because if you think about Power Rangers the movie, you remember that he was given the frog. He was like, wait, why the frog?
Yeah.
And she said, because you're a prince. If you think about the tale, it's about the frog, right, transforms to a prince over time. So in a way, it was implying that Adam always had this greatness in him. And he was like slowly going to keep growing into it. So to help you out with the argument right there. Now, for me, though, the reason why I choose Zach, though, is because here's the thing. I can't use all the stuff. I can't look at Adam that way because Adam had a longer tenure. And think about this, we just talked about that earlier, Zach never got a chance to come back. And so I think about this, though, I can only compare them for about the same length of time. If I'm looking at just that time frame of what we got to see between the two, I'm going to go with Zach. Because Zach, he was a capable fighter. He was also a good leader in, like, when things that came to terms on his own. He was a fast thinker. And to go to your point about the comics as well, Zordon even said, you're qualified to be leader, but Jason Lee's is more. Which is a great point, and he's there to support, and he helps to, like, keep that glue together. So if we had to go through the longevity of Adam's entire career, Adam has proven himself to be an amazing Ranger. But if we're just comparing that short time frame, I'll go with Zach. Now the thing about this is, if they ever do a story like bring Zach back and develop him more, I think we'll see some awesome things from him.
See, I completely agree with you, but I think there's two sides of this coin, because as you had just said, obviously, or as I said, Zach didn't have as long as a tenure on the show. However, Adam hasn't been introduced in the comics technically, really. I mean, he has in a couple things, but not really as the Adam we know. I think that, and it's funny because people are polarized.
Well, a lot of Zach's though.
Well, if you go up, it's if we have a
Adam.
Yeah, we have a Adam, Zach. It's very polarizing on this one. I knew it was going to be, but I personally think that that with I mean listen, both there's great claims for both, right? But I think if I were to choose one Ranger that was more legendary than the other, I think it's Adam. MJ Spud.
Thanks, MJ.
Adam is his favorite Ranger of all time, just saying.
Again, that's the thing. Like Adam's amazing. Like when he shows up in Power Rangers Overdrive, and he's like once a Ranger, always a Ranger, and like, you know, all this type of things. Like he is like, in a way, like when you think about Ranger longevity and Rangers established or not, it kind of goes like JDF, and then for me it goes Adam, because Adam's always, he keeps popping up in a way.
So it's funny because I would go JDF, then I would go Billy, and then I would go Adam. The only reason I would say Billy is because Billy got to a point in that show where he was like, I don't have to be a Ranger to be like, he was the man in the chair. Yeah. He was the man in the chair, legit.
I agree with
it. Almost to the point where you didn't need Zordon because Billy was there, right?
No, well, yeah, for sure, because at some point Billy was solving all the problems.
Right.
And he was looking at Alpha and Zordon, I'm like, y'all need to step your game up. Y'all
but
need to take
I
some
think,
night classes or something.
I think with Adam, by the way, I interviewed Johnny Young Bosch a couple years ago. It's on that hashtag show. Go check it out. The interview is actually really good. He actually talks about what he would do with his character now.
Yeah.
And he says that and it was like, man, this is a pretty well thought out answer. And I don't know if he was joking or serious, but it was like, man, Boom Studios should be making this comic.
No, I remember that, yeah.
Because he says, when he comes back for Operation Overdrive, he brings the original Alpha with him.
Oh.
And he's like, you know, I just kind of decommissioned. I mean, I kind of just had him helping me out and doing things because he runs a dojo now, which I hated the fact that he ran a. But realistically, that's a front. So in his interview with me, he says, I asked him, like, where do you see Adam now? And he says, well, to be honest with you, since coming back from Once a Ranger, I think Adam kind of like, he never lost his Zeal powers, but he also would be messing with his Morpher to make like a vigilante Ranger that's like a crime fighter. And Alpha would be his man in the chair. And I was like, that's pretty smart. Why have we not seen that yet?
It is. And if you also think about it as well, because we know monsters still like roam around, because even after you defeat Zedd, those monsters roam around, we need somebody to go and like fight them, so that could be Adam in a way. Just like traveling the world, like finding Doomstone. It's like, what happened to Doomstone after this episode? Nobody knows. 10 years later, he's like causing trouble in like Arizona, here comes Adam to save the day.
All right, so I mean that one's up for debate. Could go either way, but we are going to talk about Angel Grove Prom now and Power Morphicon in general. Power Morphicon is coming up in mid-August. We know that a bunch of you are going, and if you don't have tickets, go check those out at powermorphicon.org, I believe. The official powermorphicon.org. You could get tickets; they're still available, but I think the top tier pass is already gone. There also is a special Lord Draken figure that they're not giving away. You have a chance to buy it, but it's going to be very limited. And if you really think about it, it's going to be one of Bandai's last Power Rangers action figures. And we are throwing the biggest event of Power Morphicon 2018. It's called the official after party, actually, for Power Morphicon in the Anaheim Convention Center, Angel Grove Prom. Now, Angel Grove Prom is, we're going to be taking you right back to Angel Grove, as if you, every con-goer, went to Angel Grove Prom. Now, it is free if you have a ticket. If not, we're going to figure that out. But, because we want everybody to go, even if you don't have a ticket. We want you to experience it. And the reason we want to make it free is because, realistically, we want you to spend money on some of these interactions you're going to have with some of these rangers, some of the merchandise you want to buy that you can only get there. So, it's almost kind of like a... The one thing about conventions I've noticed that I'm a big advocate of is I want to make sure that people buy a ticket aren't just, and let's say that's all they have, right? They're not leaving with nothing. They get to see cool things, but I want to give people an experience. And I want to make sure that when you go to that convention, regardless if you spend $0, I want you to have an experience walking away thinking like, man, that Angel Grove Prom was really fun. That hashtag show was really fun.
And to add to that, the cool thing about it is that we finally get to all see each other in person. Like, we see everybody in the chat room, and you guys all say hi to each other and whatnot. But at the prom, we get to all see each other in person, like high five in person, talk about some of these episodes. So it's going to be like an awesome time to actually like make that connection there.
Yeah, and we encourage you to. I mean, I don't know if a lot of you guys have went to prom or haven't went to prom. Some of you guys, this is going to be your first time ever going to like a prom. You've been?
I've been a few times. Yeah.
A few times you've been.
One time, high school. Yeah.
Wait a minute, hold on. Pull the curtain back a little bit. You're a high school teacher. Do you ever chaperone at proms?
Oh yeah, I go every year.
Every year.
So you've been to a bunch of proms.
Well, I would say I've been as a prom as a chaperone. I've only been to one prom, like I took my date and everything like that. But yeah.
Did you have a good time?
As a chaperone?
Yeah.
Or
at your actual prom?
At my actual prom, yeah, it was dope. It was fun, but it's like it's high school. It's mostly like had the limo, the tux, just getting there, going out after and everything like that was cool. Being a chaperone was way more fun though.
Let me ask you a question.
It's so much awesomer.
So I went to prom 3 times. 3 times, but it was all I went as a junior and twice as a senior. I'm curious though, what did you guys do after prom? If we can really get into that. Some of these stories I can't tell, but
yeah, when I went after freshman year, no, I don't want to talk about any of them. No, freshman year though, but like I was a freshman, I went with a senior, and it's the only time my dad put a curfew on me. He was like, you have to be home by midnight.
Really?
Whoa.
Yeah, you have, like, he had my uncles come because they're police officers.
Really?
They were like,
wow,
she needs to be home.
That's dope.
And it's the only time, like, I've never had a curfew, he's never done anything, but he was like, hey, by midnight.
Wow.
But yeah, the other ones I don't want to talk about.
What about you?
So I took a limo to prom. With the prom, had a great time. Afterwards, we went out to eat. It was like everyone kind of went to like the same like diner or anything like that. And then after that, we went to like somebody's house for the after party.
I don't even know. I can't really talk about mine either. I'm not gonna lie. But last night we were talking a lot.
You went to school the next day, Black Week?
Well,
Black Week, you don't go to school the next. Why did you go to school the next day?
no,
Friday?
Saturday.
Or
Yeah. How does that work?
After prom, I
Like, was it like
home.
is something else happening?
That's weird.
Oh,
you don't get a
Carlos, I went to a military ball. It's like prom, but with military style.
Wait, Carlos, I have a question for you. That does sound pretty cool. So, I'm really curious about this military prom style. Is it like a military ball is like you still ask somebody, right?
Yeah.
Thing? Interesting. What I was gonna say though, we were telling a lot of stories last night. You didn't come out to dinner with us, but some of the stories that we have from Hashtag Show pretty outrageous and fun.
I believe it.
And I was thinking in my head, I was like, wow, like there's so many like little things like that I have a story with almost everybody. Like we do karaoke a lot. You haven't been yet, but like, man, well, everybody knows all these jazzer stories. But there's a lot. Everybody has like a story. I feel like everybody has these weird kind of stories. But I was just thinking at Morphicon, we are going to also be throwing an after party. I will say this though. Listen, and this is the actual Angel Grove prom is open to everybody that has a badge. The after party is not. But the after party for Angel Grove prom is
Dale and Jerome's parents' cabin.
No, it's gonna be. I can't tell where it's gonna be, but it's gonna be somewhere pretty cool. And I think there's gonna be a lot of stories.
No, for sure.
I'm almost a little worried. So last week, okay. I'm not gonna lie. Last week I was with Ciara, my prom date, and we were just talking, and legitimately, like we're just talking, we're having a random conversation. She looks at me and goes, "So are we coordinating our outfits?" And I go, "What?" And I was like, "No." And she's like, so are we gonna wear the same colors? And I was like, no, like I don't care, wear whatever you want. And she's like, I need you to start taking this really serious.
Yes. I'm renting a limo.
God, that's so
it's
cute.
going down. I'm renting a tux. It is going to be fly. It's going to be so fly. James Bond ain't got nothing on it.
It was pretty funny.
Oh man.
So okay, I do wanna. So a lot of you guys have sent in your promposals, and I want to play those because this is what we're encouraging. You can send these in to THS fan questions. I always get this wrong. Why do I always get this wrong? Fanquestions@ths.com. Fanquestions@ths.com. Nope. Fanquestions@thathashtagshow.com. Fanquestions@thathashtagshow.com. You can send those in. Yep.
Or Facebook too. Or
our Facebook, yeah, we have a thing. THS Power Rangers is our Facebook group, and also what's the other one? Or that hashtag show's Facebook group. Can you hit the video?
Jessica, will you be my date to the Angel Grove prom?
Hi, Jonathan. Even though you should have chose Joe's side, don't worry, we'll get you on the right side. I will definitely go with you to the Power Rangers prom. That would be awesome. Thank you for asking me, and I will see you in a few months. Bye.
Carlos Martinez, and this is my promposal video, and I would like to officially ask Kat Bloodgood to the Power Morphicon Angel Grove prom.
And no, I did not in any way know Carlos was going to ask me. Nor did I think he was going to ask me, so I was definitely shocked when I found out. And I did react the best way I could by saying no, and liars would be like, oh, I can't believe you said no to him. Guys, let's be real. I was not going to plan on going with him as is, so I'm okay with saying no. However, in turn, there is somebody I would like to ask, and that somebody would be, Ernie, would you like to go to Angel Grove prom with me?
What's up, guys? Journey here. So, oh my god. Holy shit. Someone actually asked me out to the Angel Grove prom. What? Why? And it's none other than the amazingly kind and wonderful Kat. Thank you so much. Like, that would be so much fun to be able to go out with an awesome girl like Kat. But I'm stuck in a predicament. So, Carlos is my boy, my main road dog, and I just can't take his date away from him. There's some kind of code out there about that. I was talking about all three of us going together. That way, I can be the first hashtagger to have 2 dates. That's 2 more than Daniel. I mean, hey, there's plenty of journey to go around. So I am flipping this around. Kat, Carlos, will you both be my date for the Angel Grove prom? Now listen, it's either the 3 of us or it's none of us. And no is not an acceptable answer.
Elle out to the hashtag show prom. It's not called that, it's called the Angel Grove prom. I'm here to ask Elle out to the Angel Grove prom thing.
Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. I'm super flattered that 2 people asked me to prom. And Derek, I'm so sorry, but MJ Spuds asked me first, so I'm going to have to go with him. And I'm super excited to be able to go with you.
Oh, hey. I didn't realize I was holding my phone making a video. For those of you who don't know me, my name is JD. I'm a producer for that hashtag show, and I help produce most of the Power Ranger content on here. I'm a huge Ranger fan, and I've been to all the Power Morphicons. So it's crazy that this year we're throwing the official Angel Grove prom at this Power Morphicon. So, obviously, I need a date. So I am asking Miss Kelly Bohart if you would be my date for the Angel Grove prom. I don't know anyone I'd have more fun with, and I await your response. So let's party like it's 1993, guys.
Oh, hey. Hey, JD. I accept your offer to go to the Angel Grove prom. See you there.
Hey, hashtag group. I want to make my video for the Angel Grove prom. I would like to invite my Dahlia to be my Angel Grove prom date. So, my name is Mikey Perez. I've been a fan of this group for a long time. This is my second Power Morphicon, so I would like to invite my Delia to be my date for the Power Morphin date. So.
Hey guys, this is my new promposal video. This is going to be a promposal to Migdalia. So sorry to Robin Chan and to Mike Perez if that kinda messes up your plans. But hope to see you guys there at Angel Grove Prom.
Good morning, everyone. It's come to my attention that I owe a couple people a few answers about Power Morphicon, about Power Morphicon. So that's to Derek, to Mikey, and I guess now Jezzer. Basically, guys, my status of going to Power Morphicon is up in the air right now. A few weeks ago, I received a save the date for my cousin's wedding back in New Jersey, and it is taking place on August 18th. So I might actually be going to the wedding instead of to Power Morphicon, so I'm actually not going to be committing myself to any date right now. If I do decide, and that's going to actually be last minute, to go to Power Morphicon, it's just going to be easier for me to coordinate with that with Jezzer. So Jezzer, I will accept just because you're like right there, and it's going to take no effort at all. Oh, I hope he doesn't take any offense to that. Anyway, guys, I'm really, really flattered, and I hope that you will find other dates to Power Morphicon, and I actually hope I can go, and I'll be able to see you there.
I was wanting to invite Megan Batoon. Would you be cool to come with me, go with me to Power Morphicon at Angel Grove Prom?
The Angel Grove Prom is coming up, and I can't wait to come. So I need a date. So I'm going to ask Sarah, would you be my date for the Angel Grove Prom?
In response to your proposal, I accept. I don't know how I'm going to get to Morphicon, but I trust you.
Oh, hey. So, I'm sure you're already aware, but Power Morphicon is going to be hosting the Angel Grove High School Prom. And it's crazy, but it's a little ways away. And I'm sure it's going to be fun. I can promise it's going to be fun. Because I can't think of anyone else I'd rather spend it with than with you. Which leads me to my next question. Diana Chen, would you do me the honor of going to the Angel Grove High School Prom with me? It would be a misdeed for the most beautiful girl of Angel Grove High to go with anyone other than myself. I patiently await your response.
Thank you so much for the sweet prom video. Yes, I would like to go to prom with you. It's Morphin time!
Alright, today I'm here to ask someone for a promposal for Power Morphicon this year, 2018. Now, a little bit of background on who I want to ask. Now, I have been a big fan of Power Rangers since 93. I mean, everybody has. Why not? So, I am definitely going to go with the first person that always comes to mind when it comes to a Power Ranger crush or someone that I would definitely want to ask. So, for my promposal, I would love to ask Amy Jo to Power Morphicon this year, and hopes that she can go. Alright, so hear from you soon, Amy Jo. If not, don't worry about it. And
hey, hashtag show, this is Mikey. I decided to do another prom video. This is my last shot, so I decided to go hard on this one. I decided to invite Maverick to be my Angel Grove prom date for Power Morphicon 18. So I'll wait for your reply.
Hey Mikey, it's Maverick with that hashtag show. I am so flattered. Everyone showed me your video and I think it is the sweetest, probably the only prom proposal I've ever been sent. So good for you. And I heard it was in August. So if I'm free, I know I will do my best to be alongside you. And if anything, just for a picture, because what girl doesn't love to get dressed up and have a gentleman escort them? So I look forward to it and I'll keep you posted.
I'm Daniel. You may remember me from such videos as running around with my pants off.
Okay.
Ready?
It's recording.
Ready?
Woo! Woo!
Also, well, I guess Riverdale. Fabricated a whole story.
Cheryl's got a disease. Daniel, tell
Oh,
what's the disease?
It's called liabetes. But this video is interesting because what I'm doing is asking you, Tony Sanchez,
You so fucking precious when you smile.
to Angel Grove Prom. Please do me the honor.
Okay, hi everybody. This is Tony with my best friend, partner in crime, Renee. Hi, Renee. And as we all know, a girl cannot just go ahead and accept a date unless her best friend signs off on it. So, Renee, thoughts, comments, concerns about Daniel Jerome?
I thought it was adorable.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he clearly respects you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little upset he didn't ask my permission first.
Very true. Very true. That's a big demotion. Yeah, big demerit right there. But ultimately, what do you think about me going to Angel Grove Prom with him?
I'm on board if you're on board. You're a grown-ass woman.
Am I though? I will go ahead and tell you, Daniel Jerome, I will go to prom with you. I have some conditions and some questions though. Number one, I'm told that this is a 90s prom. I will be dressed to theme then. I hope you will be too. Not required, but I really, really hope you will. Two,
which means required, by the way.
Yeah. Is this a corsage situation kind of thing? Just a question, not necessarily a request or a condition, just a question. So do with that what you will. I'm asking the question. What else? God, it's a 90s prom and stuff. Oh, also colors, yes. So you and I both know that I look great in black. Half of my closet is black. I also look really good in red. Blue is my favorite color, although green got to represent my Slytherin. All I'm saying is that yellow is the only color I will not wear. It makes me look like I have jaundice. Can't be done. But yeah, Daniel, I'm really excited. We're going to prom.
Hey guys, I'm with nobody right now. Alright, who are you?
I'm nobody. And if I'm nobody, that makes you less than nobody, right? I can play that game. Ryan.
Yeah, this is Jimmy. James, he's a graphic artist. And also, Jimmy, I gotta ask you something.
Sure, what's up?
Prom, please.
No.
Screw you then!
Don't worry, I go to prom with you, buddy. Yay! Prom buddies forever!
I'm out.
No. Too late. What do you say, yes or no?
So, guys, we have something special coming up. We are throwing the official Power Ranger party at Power Morphicon 2018 in August in Anaheim Convention Center. And we're doing this thing called the Power Ranger. It's called the Angel Grove Prom. Are you familiar with Angel Grove?
Yeah.
Are you familiar with Angel? Are you familiar with the theme of prom?
I love prom.
Did you go to your prom?
I went to every prom. I went before I was even able to go to prom, and I went the year after I graduated.
Wait.
For real.
You went the year after?
I got someone to ask me so I can go. I love prom so much. I've asked all the guys to prom. I've actually never been asked.
Really?
I've asked every single guy because I like being aggressive.
All right. Well, we're going to flip the tables here. So
What do you mean?
I'm hosting this along with the rest of our crew. And I was wondering if you would go to prom with me.
Oh, man. I mean, this is kind of awkward.
This is awkward.
Because Jake kind of already asked me, but are you even going to be in town that weekend? Oh, you're not. I mean, sorry, Jake. That's all you get again.
Oh, so I have a prom date.
Yeah, I'll go with you.
There we go. Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see you at Angel Grove Prom 2018 at the Anaheim Convention Center. See you at Morphicon. So we don't have your.
That dance. Can I do that dance?
Well, yeah, he has a lucha dance too, but our henshin dance.
Shit, hang out.
So I got to ask you something. You don't have. When are you gonna do your promposal, man?
It's coming. It's coming. So here's the thing. So it's on the works. The video will be shot this week, and if we're lucky, it will premiere on Henshin Hangout next Saturday.
Like, why does it always end up on Blackwing's face?
So if you can watch Henshin Hangout next Saturday, me, Judge, and the crew will be there, and you may see my promposal video, and I think you all will be pretty surprised.
What do you do? What is this?
You just wait. You'll see why. You'll see why when you see the video.
So I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Daniel actually did a Daniel, who's usually here, you're filling in for. He did a pre-prom date with his date Tony, just to get to know each other.
Well, according, it wasn't a date, according, but yeah.
So let's find out how that went. It's fun. Pre-prom.
Hey everybody, so we actually went on a pre-prom date outing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
and
I have to make sure that she doesn't hate me during the prom.
Because it's important, man.
It
That's an extended amount of time that we're going to be spending together.
You know?
So we actually went to go see my favorite movie at the Rooftop Cinema, Some Like It Hot. What did you think?
Okay, good movie. Bravo.
Fantastic movie.
She's got good taste.
Yeah. Well, I knew. Okay, so there's a joke where it's like it's an informant for the cops, and he's talking to the cops, and he's like, "I gotta get out of here, otherwise it's goodbye, Charlie." And the cop says,
"Goodbye, Charlie."
And he laughed, and I was like,
funny.
and then like nobody ever laughs at that except if you're really into it. And he laughed, and he was into everything. So I have high hopes, but I think we might have to do a few more of these outings.
We're gonna have to before it
Yeah,
actually happens.
you're gonna have to pick the next one in order to make sure I'm okay. Because I feel okay right now, but you may not. So, you know?
Okay, all right.
All right, okay. All right. But yeah, we'll catch you guys later. See you.
What? Right now?
Are we live? Live.
Hey, good job, Daniel. I really like that he did a pre-prom thing. That's really cool. You obviously can't.
No.
I mean, you text or whatever. You do it.
Yeah, Instagram.
That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Instagram. I also did a pre-prom date. Can we hit that too?
You did a pre-prom date, Joe?
I did.
Oh, let's see this.
Those are fun.
Hey, we went on a pre-prom date. You know,
We had to vet each other. We had to figure out
each other, you know, it's the thing to do, and we went and watched and listened to our favorite boy bands.
That's right.
You know, to see how it went. And I think I have pretty good taste.
You like some Aaron Carter?
I love Aaron Carter. He's my favorite boy band.
A one-man band?
Yeah, but...
Well, he deserves it.
See, I'm glad we went on the pre-prom date. And his favorite is, what is it again?
The Backstreet Boys.
The Backstreet Boys, yeah. I mean,
Instinct. They just got to star on the Walk of Fame.
Instinct's better than Backstreet. You know what? As long as it's not 98.
Hey guys, this is Brendan Mejia from Power Rangers Dino Charge. This is Jack Guzman. I play Danny.
We're back. We're live. We're live.
Live.
I think Angel Grove Prom is going to be a lot of fun. Again, you can send in your promposals to fanquestions@thathashtagshow.com or THS Power Rangers or that hashtag show, both on Facebook. Go and check those out. We can get your prom videos on there and any other things that we got going on.
Film it landscape though. It looks
yes.
better in landscape.
Great point. Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, it hasn't been on for a couple weeks, but we have a new Morphin Monday coming out. Hit a preview.
Ooh, nice.
This is like the preview part of the show. This is
all right, guys. Let this be a lesson to you, okay? If you want to do well in education, you need to study your Power Ranger seasons. Otherwise, you, like me, will not be able to match more than 50% of what's on this board, and 50% is failing. So figure your stuff out.
It's a fact. Next time he has the Green Ranger, so you can study up a little bit for the next one.
I'll study up for green, and also technically purple.
Wait, how are you the Purple Ranger?
Turned into the Wolf Ranger, man. I turned into your wolf. I turned into your wolf.
Do you have an explanation on? Oh, no,
yeah, it's simple.
Good. That's going to do it for us here at That Hashtag Show. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button to stay up to date with everything trending in geek pop culture. We're live. We're back. So check that out. That'll air tomorrow on Morphin Monday. We haven't had those in a little bit of time, but now this is where we get to the part where we read questions, comments, and concerns. Not really concerns, but
confessions.
Confessions, I guess.
These are our confessions.
All right, who wants to start?
I'll go first. Great Retro Ranger wrap-up, Joe and Daniel and Elle. Good job, guys. I will give this episode a 6 for now, and I'm glad that I hit subscribers button, so I keep up the latest news from you guys. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing. And keep on the good work you do on hashtag show. Peace out from Ryan Thomas, Arizona, your friend. You guys are the best. Hashtag Team Joe all the way. Much love to you guys. Thanks again.
Awesome. All right, so next up is Blackwing. Says, I'll be completely honest. I did not like the White Ranger at all. It was never my favorite Ranger for Tommy. And throughout his role as White Ranger, most of his time was spent fighting Goldar, which is an easy fight to win regardless. I can't say from this point all the way, I can say from this point all the way to MMPR, it really feels boring to me. Sure, we get Rocky, Adam, and Aisha, and then for Season 3 we get Kat. The quality of MMPR just felt downgraded, and because it became the Tommy show. Just my opinion, great wrap-up as always.
That's an interesting point.
Illuminati. Is he part of your team?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, so that's why you just skipped that. All right, so Robin Chan says, Tommy in any Ranger color coming back is really legendary and something awesome. JDF is one of my idols, and that's what I like about him. Plus, he's a prankster, which is an added bonus.
Who's the biggest prankster on hashtag show?
You.
Not only it's me.
I don't know, you're a big liar for sure.
I don't lie. I tell you that it's a lie, though.
Like, after a while, it's like, I thought you were Canadian for so long.
I am Canadian.
You're a liar.
Yes, I am. I am Canadian. I don't know why you don't
and
think...
also, you're a liar.
What? I think the biggest, think the biggest prankster is Jezzer.
Jezzer?
Yeah, remember that air horn thing?
That was you!
It was him. And he was like waiting for Daniel to get out of the bathroom. And he went, what?
He did it like one time, and you did it like 13 times.
It was great. The air horn was a lot of fun. Remember when Daniel was in the bathroom and we went outside and did it? That was great.
That was you too!
That was great. That was fun. Well, Jezzer did it yesterday, though. All right, so you're next.
Wait, did I just read that?
There's two.
Oh, yeah,
there's
you
two.
did.
There's another Robin Chan. The face.
No, you can read that one.
Okay. The face of the Rangers after Billy told them about the White Rangers pissed off and priceless. Just priceless. At the least, Jason and the team got their one and only time to show it. Before that moment, the time becomes leader. The only thing that's been seen is the clinching of Jason's fist. When Jason gave him the Arthur fist. Like,
all right, well, Robin Chan left about 15 more comments. I don't have any inspiration for another fanfic yet. Sorry, Joe.
Aww.
But I do have a what-if scenario. What if Bulk and Skull Lieutenant Stone go on a stakeout up the mountains nearby the command center and see the Rangers teleporting back to the command center? Being so close to the command center, the three could easily find the door to go inside the hidden in the shadows. So here's the deal. I like that. But the only thing is, I feel like...
It's lacking some Lance.
Well, it's lacking some Lance Bass.
Yeah,
That's...
right.
And Ernie.
And Ernie.
So I don't know about that. But the one thing is, too, I feel like it's kind of weird if they would just go up to the command center on a stakeout for, like, no reason without, like, a warrant or anything. It's like,
yeah,
I'm really into these 5 teenagers. Let's go find out where they're... That's kind of weird. All right, so go ahead.
All right. So Robin Chan says, what's your favorite part of this episode? My favorite part is
Somebody owes beer. Go ahead.
My favorite part is Tommy ascending from the sky like an angel and becoming the leader of the Power Rangers. Legendary, badass. But yes, you're right. That Jesus thing coming down with the light.
Yeah.
That's pretty epic.
Robin Chan one more time. Bogus Skull finds Rita's dumpster, tries to open it in hopes for finding out the Rangers' identities. But the Rangers screwed them over by returning Rita back to the dumpster and back to space. Besides, the two freaked out when Rita came out of the dumpster. But great idea, though. So talking about how, like, Bogus Skull freed her for a minute, she was middle school, and the Rangers come and, like, shoot her back into space in there.
Yeah.
I'm going to skip this one and read the next one. So, Cyril Moore says, the science in Power Rangers is weird. Hey, at least I trust their science over Marvel science from the Marvel comics.
Radiation does give spider powers. Cosmic radiation does make you fantastic.
I don't necessarily know if I trust the Power Rangers science so much either. It just doesn't quite work.
A lot, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a hard one.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Somar also says, which episode of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 2 do you like better? Green No More or Wild West Rangers?
Green No More.
Green No More.
Yeah.
Easy. Go ahead.
Tommy was an awesome leader.
Yeah, go ahead, read it.
Tommy was an awesome leader, better than Jason. Why do you think that some fans are still butthurt Did Jason, Zach, and Trina get the ninja powers in the show or the movie?
Why do you think some fans are butthurt?
Because Jason was there from day one, and Jason was an amazing leader who have saved that team numerous times. Even when Billy was whining, he was like, Jason, we only had 50%. He was like, shut up, nerd. We got to save the day. Lives are on the line.
Essentially, he said...
Jason did what he had to do. He was a hero.
He pretty much said, Jason, we're all going to die. No. Get in that Megazord, kid.
Exactly. Jason's response was, only if it kills me.
Sarah Moore also says, awesome episode review. Thank you so much.
And he also says, which Power Rangers movie... Which Power Rangers movie Ranger would you rather wear? Movie Kim 2017, or movie Kat, or movie Aisha, or movie Trini, or movie Billy 2017?
I don't know what that means.
I think what you're trying to say is, which Power Rangers would you rather... Okay,
which suit would you want to wear? So between like Kimberly from the 2017 movie, Billy from the 2017 movie, or regular
Billy.
Kat, Aisha, or Trini?
I'll take Billy.
For 2017, I guess I would take Kimberly.
That's what you would wear. You'd wear the Kimberly outfit? Cool.
Wait, does that say I would wear their outfit?
I don't know.
Wait, which Power Ranger movie
Would you
Ranger...
rather wear, right?
Yeah, wear.
Yeah,
so
but
like
I
what
think that was
suit?
a typo.
What suit would you want to wear?
Oh, Billy.
Yeah. You?
Actually, I just...
And that's hard.
Can I just choose Zordon? Spenders isn't good on Big Man. Like, just let me be Zordon. Let me be a floating cat.
Oh no, probably Black Ranger. That's already like my wardrobe anyway. It's all black.
That wasn't one of the options, though.
Oh dang it! I don't know how to read. I guess Trini just because yellow. That's always my second.
All right, so Trini from the movie. That's great. Guys, that's gonna do it for us. We had fun on this episode today. We're gonna be back with another Retro Range wrap up, but hopefully we could be doing it live next week here from the Comic Bug and Manhattan Beach. Join us on Sunday. We'd love to see you guys come out.
Come hither.
Do you have a convention appearance coming up?
Yes, I do. So, if you guys are in the Ontario area next Sunday...
Ontario, Canada, or Ontario, California?
Ontario, California.
Because most people are going to think
Let's be
Ontario,
specific.
Canada, where
which is
I'm
true.
from.
Which is true.
It's true.
I thought I had a long drive at first. But in Ontario, California next Sunday, I'll be at Comic Book Revolution. I'll be on a couple panels talking about comics, talking about Comic-Cons and whatnot. So if you can, make it over there. I'll be on panels and also be walking around. And you never know, I might be tabling as well. So hopefully see you there. Cool. And of course, you can also catch me hopefully next Saturday on Hang Out. Me and Jezzer and the crew will be there talking about our favorite Sentai, talking about Power Rangers versus Lupin Ranger. Sorry, Lupin Ranger versus Power Ranger and Kamen Rider Build. And we're 3 episodes behind, so we're gonna be covering 6 episodes next time.
We're and Thursday for Marvel.
Oh yeah, and Thursday for Marvel.
We're gonna be talking about Deadpool.
Pew, pew.
How about you?
Pew, pew.
What about me? Next? What do you want next?
Next Sunday.
Yeah, next Sunday.
I'm only here on Sundays. But come on down to...
Where can they find you on social media?
On Instagram, I'm Elle.T.
ELLE.
Period TEA.
Yeah. Where do people find you on Instagram or on social media?
You can find me at JohnnyP313 on Instagram and Twitter.
And you can find me. I will be in New York tomorrow at the premiere of Deadpool 2. And you can find me on Thursday on Star Wars and Marvel, and next week on the Ranger shows. But guys, that's going to do it. Send in your promposals and get ready for Power Morphicon 2018. Your promposals can go to that fanquestions at thathashtagshow.com or THS hashtaggers on Facebook. Or actually THS Power Rangers on Facebook, and also that hashtag show. But guys, thank you so much for joining us, and we had a lot of fun. We will see you next week. Please hit that like, share, and subscribe button to stay up to date with everything trending
in geek pop culture
news.
You didn't know it. You didn't know it, John.
I did know it. I've done it before.